That is the SmackDown tag division. Quickly, and I mean absolutely lightning fast, becoming one of the best divisions in WWE. I think you look at the NXT women's division, that probably tops that list. You look at Monday Night Raw's main event scene, that includes CM Punk and Seth Rollins and Jey Uso and I think Roman Reigns. I don't know what brand Roman Reigns is on. I guess technically Roman Reigns goes where Roman Reigns wants, but you'd imagine he comes back. That's probably where he ends up being. So I think you could throw the Raw main event scene in there as well. But I think the SmackDown tag division is quickly becoming a top three, definitely a top five division in all of wrestling, not just in WWE. They had a fun build towards Mania, although they didn't get a spot that weekend, which to me still burns, still stings a little bit. But you know what they've been able to do since? They've held the momentum because on the Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania, after everybody left Vegas, they had a three-way ladder match for the tag titles. And guess what? It was phenomenal. Tore the house down. Street Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, payoff of all payoffs for all that mess that was the SmackDown tag division leading into WrestleMania. Now, it was unfortunate for Los Garza. They weren't included in that. It was unfortunate for Pretty Deadly that they weren't included in that because they were part of the reason that this tag division was so hot going into WrestleMania and throughout WrestleMania season. And they weren't able to be in that payoff matchup, which stunk. But the good thing is the division has held momentum. And a large part of that is because of the two gentlemen that are on the screen, if you're tuned in on YouTube, and that is Nathan Frazer and Axiom, aka Fraxiom, who debuted on Friday Night SmackDown the week after WrestleMania, and since then have racked up 4 straight wins, including a victory over the tag champ Street Profits in a non-title matchup, and they just fit like an absolute glove. We look at the SmackDown tag division and what they were doing in 2025 up to their debut. It was 5 teams that were made to look like there was a razor's edge between them. That was the separation. And anybody could beat anybody on any given night or any given week. Add Fraxiom to the mix, a team that absolutely tore through the NXT tag division. Not only that, they then started to tear through the TNA tag team division. You bring them up to Friday Night SmackDown, and all of a sudden, they're tearing through this division that prior had just 5 teams that were, again, razor thin margin between them. All of a sudden, all 5 are going to look at Fraxiom and say, who is this team? Why do these young bucks think that they can take our spot? And how are they absolutely mowing all of us down? Right? Before Mania, belts went one way. They went a different direction. DIY held him for a minute. Motor City Machine Guns held him for a minute. Street Profits held him for some time now. So everybody was right next to each other. And yet, this young, hot shot tag team comes up and all of a sudden look pretty dominant over the SmackDown tag team division. It was a seamless addition for Fraxiom on Friday Night SmackDown. They've had great matches with absolutely everyone, and I don't think that's going to change. I think you could probably put anyone that you want in a tag match with these two, and they're going to put on a banger. But I think that in general, the SmackDown tag division is cooking week after week, is one of the hottest in all of wrestling, and it has become one of, arguably, the best parts of WWE Weekly. I was going to say one of the best parts of Friday Night SmackDown every single week, which I think is a given at this point, but I'm saying they are one of the best parts of the weekly programming that WWE has to offer right now. And that is these two, Nathan Frazer and Axiom, absolutely killing the game right now. But I also think that with that said, you heap praise on these guys, you have to heap praise on the other teams as well. Look at how good Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano have been. I don't think they've gotten the credit that they deserve in their heel turn. In this run with them, with their entirely new attitude, entirely new feel, it's been exciting. It's been, again, what you saw in NXT. putting on great match after great match after great match, leaving it all out there. They've been terrific as well. And then again, I don't know what the future holds for Los Garza. After that segment a couple weeks ago, I don't know if that tag team is going to continue to be a tag team. We'll have to wait and see. But if they do, they were also putting on terrific matches week in and week out, no matter who they were going up against. So I think what they're doing over on SmackDown is working for me, and I cannot wait every single Friday to see what this division turns out. So keep it going, and I want to see a little bit more Fraxiom. I love the fact that they have been using these guys every single week. Like I mentioned, 4 straight wins, and a team that probably is owed a championship opportunity against the Street Profits. But that's going to do it for this episode of Bell to Bell. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this one. Remember, you can find us on YouTube at Nick Belsky. And if you enjoy the content, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Or if you prefer the audio version, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts by simply searching Bell to Bell. That's it for this one. We'll see you guys next time.